make some motherfucking noise one time, yo. Anderson Paak, K-Pops.
Happy Black History Month. And Women's History Month too, right? This is Women's History. Yeah. Shout out to the ladies.
Thank you all so much for joining. This is incredible.
Hold up, they doing construction.
They got a little butcher over there. They got a butcher.
Is the drone? Okay.
Okay.
Turn the volume of the drone down.
I don't know.
They don't need a drone for this.
We don't need a helicopter shot for this one, I think.
Y'all got a budget.
We don't need a...
The budget is insane. Now put the drone away, sir. We saw it. We got it.
Thank you.
Respectfully.
People in the house. So this is amazing. Firstly, I want to thank our sponsor, FUBU. Let's give them a hand. They are such a staple in the hip hop community and very fitting because we also got staples in the hip hop community. Am I right? I feel like every rapper is born with it. You know what I'm saying? Out the womb. Also, I want to thank Hannah House for hosting us, the song, the champion of the song. I don't know where you're at on this show. Okay, somewhere. And also, shout out to Peggy for making this happen. So to introduce myself, I am the EP and co-writer of the film K-Pops. Thank you. I am joined by two of my favorite people. The first is our incredible producer and co-star of the film, Johnny Dumbfoundead Paak. And we also have not a one, not a two, but a 9-time Grammy-winning musician. This is greedy. 9? Really? 9? He is a writer, a director, and star of the film K-Pops. Give it up for Anderson Paak. So our film is officially out as of today. How many of you have seen the film? We love y'all. If you haven't seen it, it's okay. There's still time. It just came out today, so we hope that after this Q&A, you're gonna want to go see it. Sounds good? Yes. Now let's get into it. So, for those who haven't seen the film, in your own words, what is it? Describe it for us. What's the plot? What's going in it?
They paid me to hang out with my son. Like, they make a whole movie. They gave me a budget. I wouldn't do this shit for free. And man, I was having so much fun, you know, kicking with him in quarantine, and I got inspired to make a film. He wanted to be a YouTuber. I didn't know shit about that. Then he was telling me he wanted to be a K-pop star. I didn't know nothing about that. And during quarantine, you know, there's no tours, nothing. I was just at the house, I could tap in with the kids. And I started looking at the YouTube, and I was like, okay, this reminds me when I was a kid. I used to make like little home videos with my sister, and like we would just be found and making bits and like reenactments. And I loved doing that, and it brought me back to that. I wanted to be a YouTuber more than he did after a while, you know. And then he started showing me K-pop music, and I was like, okay, you don't really know what this really is, you know what I'm saying? Like, I know you know about K-pop. What you know about Tupac? You know what I'm saying? I know you know BTS. What you know about BT? I know you know about Blackpink. What you know about Black Eyed Peas? And I realized like, oh wow, I'm actually getting old, like I'm becoming a parent, because that's what my parents used to do to me. And I was like, okay, this could be a cool like opportunity to make a movie, a family movie where the whole family can go out and have fun and learn about different cultures. And you know, coming up, I'm a Malaysian, my mom is half Korean, half black, but I grew up black, and she was adopted from Korea, and we grew up in a black household, and my kid's mom is full Korean, so I got both experiences, and I don't know very many films that showcase both experiences. And I mean, growing up, we got like Rush Hour, Romeo Must Die, you know, that's about it. Yeah, Last Dragon. So that was our competition. So I was like, you know, we need some more representation and other unique stories, and that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to make something where you can see black families on the screen. You can see where the things that helped us cope with trauma. I had a lot of trauma in my life, but it was important for me to make a film that were showcasing things that helped me cope with it, like family, fun, music, laughter, you know, love. And so I'm proud that I was able to do my first film, and it's all about that. I got to do it with my close friends, and a lot of cool cameos, and
I love that. Yeah, John. Now I joined this film off of like a job. I got an email about it, right? But y'all have been friends for to life, right?
Yeah,
That's
I mean, my character in the movie, I own a bar where he's performing as a struggling musician, and I met him at that time when he was a really struggling musician. And you know, at the time I was already touring. We went on tour together, took him on like his first national tour, and so it's like really surreal kind of watching the scripted version of that in the movie, you know what I mean? And I think everything that he spoke about right now is just like kind of the bond we had, and the bond between Black and Asian community is kind of like the proudest thing that we've done with this movie, I feel, because every time you go online, it's just like communities just divided, and just everyone shooting off a tweet, and that's it. Like you get like, you know, a couple characters to express like how you feel, but we had the opportunity to take 2 hours to like really put some nuance to it, put some joy into it. So it's kind of like our friendship, his relationship with both cultures presented in this movie, and we're very proud of that, you know.
Let's talk more about the culture. I think it's very fitting to have this Q&A in New York, right? So a little more background on Haitian and Cuban. Any Caribbeans? We got the mayor of Malaysia, right, with Anderson Paak, right here, who runs Malaysia, and Johnny, who are Korean American and honorary member of the Black community. So, how was it like to inject y'all's heritage into the film? I think we're solving world peace. You know what I mean? Like, I think we solve racism, but what do you, like, how did you feel like, you know, injecting and being glad to be creative?
It was a lot of fun. It was also very tough. Like, you can easily piss off both races, you know? And it was tough trying to get the people of both and making sure we did everything correct, but it was very important for us to handle things with care. And somebody just told me earlier, like, if we don't tell our stories, no one else will. Like, we came up on everybody else's stories. So many movies where there's like no Black people, no Asian people, and we were just accustomed to that. And I'm really proud in this movie where it's like all the leads are third, where it's Black, Asian, even behind the camera, like even the writers, everything. Like, I don't think there's one white person in the movie. Like, it's crazy. I don't know how we got away with that. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it was like something that it was very important for us, and I had a lot of fun. Like, I don't know how many first-time directors get to make a movie like this, where you know, a lot of the foundation of the script and the ideas of the movie were based off of things that I wanted to, you know, have in a movie, like having Earth, Wind, and Fire in there to touch on. Yeah, these are also boy groups that we grew up on, and just like BTS, Jackson 5, Earth, Wind, and Fire, Temptations, like these are all people that they pulled from, and also have connections where it's like, you know, I came up with Koreans as well, and they got words that sound like nigga, and it's like, you nigga, and it's like, nigga who? And it's like, you know, like, having all that stuff in there, those nuances, is like something that was really important for me, and I just had a lot of fun, but it was tough, like, making sure we got the language right, the Korean language right. I don't know how many movies where there's people speaking Korean and English, and dancing, and acting. It's a lot, man. It was really tough, but we tried to handle it with much care as we can, and I'm really proud of it. But it was a lot of fun. I learned a lot about everything.
For sure.
I mean, you know, just to add on to what he's saying, it's like if you watch the movie, him as a father is teaching his son about, you know, his Black history, and his son is teaching him about his Korean roots. So there's an intergenerational, like, you know, system where they're teaching each other, and they're willing to learn from each other because, you know, they're, you know, bounded by blood, you know, and like it's beautiful in that way. And I think that's the beautiful thing about the movie, like, because of somebody who's in this unique position of being both. You know what I mean? Like, you're willing to sit, and it's not just like, let me just put you on to this. It's like, nah, we're both, you know? So that part, I think, is kind of the special ingredient, you know?
Oh, and you kind of mentioned the cameos, right? These folks have not seen the film, so let's talk about cameos, because I think we're the only people who have Jay Park and Kirk Franklin in the same movie. Check our IMDb. So can y'all rattle off who else is there, and how did you just make those promos? And you just hit up Jaden Smith like, hey, Kyle, come through. You know, so who's in the film, and how'd you get there?
I was just making a bunch of promises, like, I'm gonna do a hook for you, I'm gonna sing on this, and I owe a lot of favors now after this, so please go support it. I almost don't want to tell you all the cameos because it ain't even about the cameos. It's such a like deep, like it's like really beautiful film, and really. But I mean, we got Earth, Wind, and Fire, Kirk Franklin, Sweetie, the Rose. Who Who else?
I show speed.
I Show Speed, Jaden Smith, the king of the father and son movies. We got Vernon. Yeah. Jay-Z, Kanye.
You never know
who do you like?
Yeah. Don
Busta
Lemon
Rhymes,
for sure.
yeah,
Don Lemon might show up. You
DJ
know.
Khaled,
Oh, yeah.
anybody you all like. They're all in there. You gotta go see it.
You never know.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Everybody.
You got some little mysteries in there. Have to know for real. Okay? Leave your secret. And it also takes place in the world of K-pop. Johnny, you're not in K-pop, but you're adjacent to it. You're a big figure there. You have so many collaborations, such as one that just came out, right?
Yes, today we dropped a single with Espa from the K-pop soundtrack, and yeah, it's called Featuring. Go check that out. Produced by Blue Joints. The whole soundtrack is banging, and yeah, we just dropped a single today.
Talk a little original music, right?
I got new music for myself. I got a bunch of stuff on there. It's I've been working on it for a while. A lot of the songs I've had for a while that I was building scenes around in the movie that you'll hear a lot of music, new music in the movie that is on the soundtrack as well. So
I think a lot of people think just because Anderson's doing a movie about K-pop, he's like capitalizing on this huge genre, but he's collaborated with some of the biggest K-pop artists in the last few years. He did a song with G-Dragon last year that was #1 in Korea.
Y'all know that song?
He has songs with members of BTS. He has songs with like some of the biggest K-pop artists literally in the last 4 or 5 years. So he's not new to the K-pop world. You know what I mean? I just want to like kind of clarify that because I think people are gonna have that conversation. You know, so.
Sure. And like as we near our end, I just want to know why should the folks in this room go see the film? Why do you think they should take time out of their day through this day? Like I'm from California, I'm sorry. Y'all was fun. Y'all was different. So why should they go and see the brainchild that is K-pop?
I mean, you know, there's not a lot of stuff out there like this, where people, the whole family can go enjoy, no one dies. It's something that you can leave feeling happy about. I know there's a lot of things out there, but this is something I feel like is filling a void that you don't see too often with families on the screen. And I really just hope that you had as much fun watching it as I did making it. I got to really bond with my son and learn a lot about him. And you know, my mom used to say, like, it's not about how much time you spend with your family, it's about what you do at that time. And the fact that we got to like really hang out on set, and I got to just be with my son, and we got to like show that in the silver screen. And now he's a teen, he's 15 years old, and we with me. And when he filmed this, he was like 11 years old, and it's like a capsule. And a lot of the parents, if you guys have kids, I feel like you're gonna feel that in a way. Even if you don't have kids, you know, it's gonna take you back to that time. And, you know, I just hope that you guys be inspired and want to spend more time with your family, and maybe start a family, maybe start a band, you know, figure that. They can't ask no questions?
Yeah, let's have some questions over there.
Yeah, take the mic.
Love you.
How you doing? So I was wondering, do you have like an early memory of a concert experience that sort of informs how you want to show up on stage or even on screen?
For me, my first concert was Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles at Universal Studios, and that really inspired me. I'm telling you, that changed my life. Like, if y'all know, like the old school Ninja Turtles, go Ninja, go. They was doing the running man, breakdancing, everything. And I, you know, my thumbs is kind of straight, like how they are too. So I always felt like I'm a turtle at heart. And like, that was really like, that was my introduction. And I'm like, that was everything to me.
Me, I mean, you know, my first experience was a lot of just West Coast hip hop, you know, and like when I was in 4th grade, the first record that got played to me was like Gangsta's Paradise by Coolio. And my parents just had they had a store next to an electronics store, so depending on what that store played could have determined my future. They could have played rock and I could have been an emo band, you know what I mean? So whatever they played determined my future. It happened to be hip hop, so.
I have a special request for a question, if you don't mind.
I've seen the movie 3 times now.
3 times? You must have bootlegged that because it just came out today. Oh, wow. Yeah.
We saw the screen, and then we went yesterday.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, we saw you.
Absolutely. Kevin Wu, Just One Bite, it is definitely in the movie. Yes.
Just to shout out Kevin Wu, we have a Saja Boy. Okay? We literally have like half of K-pop performers.
Any other performers would like to ask you a question?
Thank you guys so much for all the work you do. I'm a really big fan of the both of you, the stuff you do. I performed earlier. I was telling all of them, thank you guys here, that I'm actually working on combining jazz with native music of the Philippines. That's the thing I like to do. I grew up in church. A very special mentor to me was the grandfather of Leon Thomas. He taught me about gospel, jazz, all of that, spirituals in church. And when I saw the trailer for your movie, I was like, whoa, the combination of Korean culture with Black American culture, I was like, this is the story that needs to be told. So I wanted to ask, do you have any advice for a person of color like me, an artist of color like me, especially a male Asian growing up in a country where I grew up feeling invisible? Do you have any advice for that?
Well, I mean, first of all, I think Filipinos are some of the best singers in the world. Y'all go crazy at the karaoke. You know what I mean?
Y'all don't need no help.
Yeah, I mean, is it Bruno part
Yeah,
Filipino?
he
He's part
is.
Filipino.
Yeah.
Yeah, biggest star ever. But I think no matter where you're from, you know, there's always the Philippines, small island, but a huge voice. You know what I'm saying? And like the first Asian person that put me on the cool shit was a Filipino. They're like the gateway Asians, honestly. They're the first Asians tapped into all the cool shit. You know what I mean? Real talk. So I just feel like you come from such a culture with like so much, just I don't know, the charisma, the humor, the music, everything. So
You gotta tell us what to do, like honestly.
no. I mean, I just feel like even Korea is a small country, and they happen to all of a sudden become a global phenomenon from a very small country. If you look at it on the map, it's tiny. You know, I couldn't tell you how small, because I haven't seen a map in a while. But yeah, it's a small country that had a lot of great influence. And that includes, like in America, right, with hip hop and black culture, you know, small group of people that had created huge influence. So I think thinking about both of those cultures already in this movie is just a clear example that, you know, you can create so much voice and influence.
I think too, a good thing too, especially like with my Asians, like I think getting out of your comfort zone, like breaking out of just being in your community. Like I know a lot of like Filipinos just kick it with Filipinos or Koreans just kick it, or they just perform for Koreans. Like I think breaking out of the comfort zone, you said being invisible, but break out where you can be visible and get out, and get uncomfortable, be in situations where it'll help you grow and where you have to like challenge yourself. I think that's big, and it creates a lot of character for you as an artist, for sure.
Time for 2 minute quick questions in the purple. In the purple, here you go. Okay. Oh my goodness. Listen, we're Canadian. I have to ask you, okay? First of all, hi to all 3 of you. It's such an honor. My name is Megan. My sister is honestly the biggest fan of you, Anderson. She could not be here. She was in Boston. Would you mind saying hi to her? Her name is Brenda.
That's my mama's name. That's crazy.
It's Brenda with an I, not an E.
I can't say that.
Brenda?
You almost had it.
Yeah. She's gonna, yeah, thank you. Yeah, she also shoots concert photography, so she's on Instagram at thenews.x if anyone wants to know her. She does. So her question, which she asked me to ask you, was because, you know, I've seen you be in different groups, you know, with MX, No Worries, and also in Subside. My sister wanted to ask from vicariously, because I know you're going on tour with Bruno, I'm wondering, is there a chance that Silk Sonic will come back?
The camera's on. I'm looking in trouble, y'all. Make sure y'all get Bruno's album. It came out tonight too.
Yeah, I think about today.
You can do both. You can watch our movie, you can get the album as well. But there might have to be a reunion. Like we might have to do it. Like I'm gonna be there. We're gonna see. But I ain't gonna say nothing. I ain't saying nothing. Don't hold me to it.
Because I saw your movie twice, I didn't see it 3 times, so I saw
Sick.
it twice. I did notice the ice cream shop was called in its own way,
Yes.
so I just wanted to put that out there.
Absolutely.
Thank you for your time.
Thank you.
Time for one more question. In the purple.
Hello.
Hello?
So my question, so with the way that you brought like cultural harmony to food and K-pop, how would you suggest that somebody that is leading K-pop fans and events, like how would they tell stories? Just how you told this story. How would you tell one more time? Let me rub it back. Alright, so my question is, with the way you've culturally built harmony with the movie K-pop, how would you suggest that a K-pop fan-led business also create stories that create harmony and bring together culture and foster community so that you can continue to have events like this where you're bringing together people of all different cultures under one roof?
Really good question. Yes. I'll just say a quick question. Like, okay, so this movie, like I said, there's not a lot of them like that. I don't think there's any movie like this. And I would hope that it would open the doors to more movies like this, right? I don't think it could have happened without me being a real student of the game. Like, at the end of the day, I'm a real music nerd. I come from, like, I was really that kid that just was obsessed with learning these, like, all the lyrics, learning who produced it, going back and like seeing like, oh, they used this studio, this was this producer, and I was obsessed with all the groups, all the intricacies, and not just black music. Because of music, I learned about other cultures. Like I learned through jazz music, I learned about Brazilians, I learned about, you know what I'm saying, like people in France, all kinds of stuff. And it was music that really was a bridge that helped me not be ignorant, really. And it was because of my love and my passion that like, I really, music was so important to me that like I didn't want to disrespect it, and it was because of that I learned about the principles of hip hop. I learned about what you should do and what you can't say, and what you can wear, what you can do, you know, all kinds of stuff. Even being in LA, like what you can say in LA, what you can wear, all these different things. It's a part of the culture. So anybody that wants to get into the culture of being in the business, you have to have a real love for it. You have to really do research, and you have to really go back and study in order to know as much as you can, and so that you don't put out stuff that is offensive to the culture, so that you don't put out stuff that's demeaning. Because if you have a real love for it, you'll protect it, you'll treat it with care, and in the end, it will treat you with care. If you're trying to go into it as a business and take, it's gonna take from you. At the end, you're gonna get exposed. And so I'm loving that now, like as big as K-pop is getting, it's still really young. Like I know it's huge and it's going with or without people, but now K-pop is in a position now where they have a mirror in front of them. And people now all over the world are like, okay, you guys are huge, but what about this and this and that? And some people don't know because they haven't done the research, and they just think like, oh, I just got into this and I can do whatever, but you can't. Because you can see like, it's gonna come back around. And so when you got the mirror in front of you, sometimes you gotta learn and go through growing pains. And the only way you gotta learn, sometimes you gotta say, okay, that was a mistake. I am actually pulling from this and that, and I gotta go back. And I gotta go and research and see like, okay, this is actually the right way to do it. And the next generation gets better, the next generation gets better. So anybody that's in the business, they need to do some research, they need to do some investing in the people to really have on the board that know about the stuff, and so that it's not about taking. You know what I'm saying? It's all about giving back, so that I get back to you.
Yeah. I 100% agree. There's a reason that there's such a discourse right now around music, you know, and K-pop and appropriation all around, because we can all communicate now, we can all chime in through social media, you know what I mean? So I agree with him 100%. There's going to be a time where everyone has to be able to talk about this, talk about their inspirations, their influences, and this is the time now, you know?
I want to thank each and every one of you for the sincere questions, energy, and everything. If you have some other, if you haven't, thank you so much for all your time. Thank you
Shout out to
again.
Kayla Amazon, co-writer, set this whole thing up, make it happen.
Well, we also wanted to celebrate tonight because it is the opening weekend for the directorial debut of Anderson.
That's right. DJ, play listen.
tickets.